They call them stink birds because they smell musty, so they concentrate their main efforts on more palatable prey. The Pierroa know and understand the balance between the forest's dangers and its gifts. They hunt coatis, but this South American relative of the raccoon has sharp senses and is difficult to catch. The coati uses its long, sensitive snout to root for fruit, insects, reptiles, amphibians, and spiders. This animal is a youngster that has never encountered a giant tarantula before. It's in for an unpleasant surprise. The spider rears up to look as intimidating as possible. If this doesn't work, it will bring spines on its rear legs and specialized hairs on its abdomen into action. A remarkable defense mechanism which stops most enemies in their tracks. The spider makes a hissing sound like a snake as further warning. But the coati is not deterred. Each tarantula has over 1 million abdominal hairs, which are tipped with barbs. A single stroke with a back leg releases thousands of hairs into the air. When inhaled, they cause a fierce burning sensation. The pain will ease after several hours, but it's a lesson learned. This young coati will grow up with a healthy fear of giant tarantulas. It will probably never tackle one again. The giant tarantula has a formidable array of defense mechanisms, but it is really a mild-natured creature which will only attack if provoked. It's not easy to see a spider in the undergrowth, even when it's an outsized one. But with the shaman as company, the men feel safe and continue to hunt in the forest. It's not just ground-dwelling creepy crawlies the men have to look out for. Danger lurks in the waterways, in the undergrowth, and in the trees above. This bird-eating spider's bite is no worse than a bee sting. It eats insects, but it's not after the damselfly. Something else has alarmed it. There are many venomous snakes in the forest, but an emerald tree boa is harmless. It doesn't eat tarantulas, but the spider reacts instinctively to movement and takes evasive action. Landing in midstream is no problem because it can walk on water. Its numerous hairs act as floats, and its legs make effective paddles. The Pierroa avoid all the spiders around them, except for the most dangerous one. It may seem foolhardy, but they actually regard the giant tarantula as one of the greatest gifts the forest provides. And as children, they learn exactly where to find them and how to entice them from their lairs. They know that tarantulas respond to vibrations, and they are experts at imitating the jerky movements of a struggling insect with a piece of vine. But the spider isn't easily fooled. If it feels threatened, it'll respond with a shower of hairs. It's enough to make the hunter back off, but only temporarily. When he has lured the spider some distance from its burrow, the hunter pins it to the ground with 2 fingers, and then cautiously gathers up all 8 legs. He's careful not to touch the abdomen, and to keep his fingers well out of range of those needle-sharp fangs. Giant tarantulas are carried live in a string of neat little parcels. A leaf serves as wrapping paper. Before he ties up the spider with a vine stem, he gently blows away any loose abdominal hairs. The hunting party stops for lunch at an ancient burial ground. For countless generations, it's been regarded as a special place. Like their ancestors before them, the Pieroa still make fire the hard way. It'll take about 5 minutes of strenuous labor to generate the first glow of fire. The rock art is believed to be over 3,000 years old. There's evidence of spidery shapes, but the symbolism of many of the drawings remains a mystery. Entombed in the rock, the bones of ancestors and recently departed relatives lie side by side, laid to rest in a horizontal crevice at the base of the cliff. The spirits have been kind, and the hunting good. The men prepare to feast on a favorite food: spiders. They regard them as a delicacy, but take no more than they need. A couple of tarantulas each will sustain them until they return to the village. The Pieroa kill tarantulas just before they cook them, as they like to eat them as fresh as possible. They handle them with extreme caution. Only when they're dead will the Indians hold them. And even then, they won't touch the abdomen. Females heavy with eggs